Hey, it's Trixie. Welcome to the Underground. It's the first Sunday of football and the finals of the U.S. Open. Before we talk, I want to talk about Karen Reed a little bit. I don't know anything about the case, but I have an opinion about everything because she was on 2020. So, Aryna Sabalenka won the women's final. I thought she was amazing. She reminds me of Monica Seles, the way she grunts and groans. I love women that grunt and groan. It's like great. She was relentless. She defeated an American. Am I terrible that I didn't root for the American? It's been 100 years. No, not really, but maybe 20, 21 years since an American won the finals. Well, we got one in there today with the men's. It hasn't been played yet because I'm here. But I really liked her. She had such a good personality. She was like, hey, how about some support for me? I'm going to buy you all tequila shots, which came to about $500,000. But she's really cool. So she won the Australian Open and then the U.S. Open. Other women to do that, Steffi Graf, of course, my girl, Monica Seles, and Martina Hingis. So I didn't realize that, geez, you get $3 million. Thank you, Billie Jean King, for making women get equal pay, which is awesome. $3 million she got for winning that match. And she's been through adversity. Her father died at age 43 of meningitis. That's awful. Her ex, she just dealt with her ex. Okay, this is how he died. He fell off a Miami high-rise. How the heck do you fall off a high-rise? I don't know. Was he bombed or something? I mean, when I'm up there so high, I'm kind of clinging to the wall. I'm one of those. So, Kansas City played the Ravens, and, of course, I'm rooting for, Taylor Swift, I have to say. Everybody, I'm on the Swifties for 50 over, whatever. What is it? Swiftie over 50? Something like that. I'm on some group chat, and that's all they talk about. She's wearing $75,000 worth of jewelry. She's got these high boots on. And did you see Travis's haircut? John, I know you don't watch football. No. He looks like Freddie Mercury. He's got the Freddie Mercury look. Wow. The mustache, he's got really short hair, and he's very stylish, but he's giving off the Freddie Mercury vibe.
Like the 70 porno mustache?
I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. But I feel like the NFL is ordering the announcers to talk about Taylor Swift. And people that like football, and I grew up on it, are not really thrilled about that they have to bring Taylor Swift into it.
She's a whole lot better looking than that football.
She's bigger than the game. She's bigger. I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
But they're making a big deal about her not sitting in the same box as Brittany Mahomes because Brittany likes Donald Trump. I don't know if there's anything to this because she's a Kamala fan or whatever, but I don't. John, can you imagine? No, I'm not going to sit near you because you're a Trumper.
That's so childish.
Yeah, but people think they can't believe I'm with you. I have people, they're like, which one of you is wearing earplugs? I'm like,
Everybody has to face reality at some point in time.
But that's half the country. What am I supposed to do? Not talk to people?
Exactly.
I don't know. But now
you have different beliefs, we shouldn't talk.
That's ridiculous. Well, people demonize people over their beliefs. So my mother thinks Taylor had a boob job. I don't know what's going on. I mean, she's skinny. Maybe she's wearing something like to help her out, like Victoria's Secret. I don't know.
Does she need one?
She looked good though.
I know.
She was sitting with Travis's mommy. When are they going to get married? Yeah, so I don't know, but I don't think
Good thing.
Really? Is it the worst when you get married? John, I agree with you. I kind of agree with you that I've heard so many people after look at what happened to Angelina and Brad.
Yeah, it changes it.
Yeah, I know. It's too bad. I like to keep that early beginning of the,
Kids involved, leave it alone.
Okay, I'm going to talk about that too if I have time. Karen Reed. There's an obsession with her. We're in Massachusetts, so this was in Boston, and I think Canton, right? I don't know. I'm not really I didn't follow it. I have people that were into it. Like I talked to people at work. One of my friends was obsessed, but they declared a mistrial. They're going to try her again, and I think this time they're going to have a different jury, and they're going to get her. I don't know a lot. I'm just going to say I didn't watch the trial, but I watched her on 2020. So this was a year ago. She's cold. She's emotionless. She reminds me of Klaus von Bülow. I hate to say it, but okay. They said she had 9 drinks that night. Okay, 9 drinks. She said 4. She gets in her SUV with 9 drinks. She's bombed. So people standing outside the courtroom, free Karen Reed, like Lizzie Borden or something, or O.J. Simpson.
She was framed.
You think she was framed? Listen, this is what I'm saying. It's like OJ.
Through the cops.
Wait. Yeah, no, but I know because listen, you know a lot of cops, and I talk to people that are their family's cops. They think she was framed.
Yep.
I think she's guilty.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying this is my opinion because you look at people's demeanor, and I know the judge admonished her for smirking or smiling or why is she smiling? She's on trial for second-degree murder and may go away. His family, the cop, John O'Keefe, I don't want to say him, John O'Keefe's family suing her for wrongful death. So there's a lot of, she had skull fractures found in a snowbank. This is what I know about. They both went out to bar. She met him there. Let's just say they both were drinking a lot. He wasn't home in the middle of the night, so she left, got a couple of women to go look for him. Her story isn't plausible for me. So, John, can both things be true? Kind of like Mark Furman planting the glove, but OJ did it? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible.
And why would, so I know there's been some problems with cops, like I guess they found texts, but okay, they're human and it's wrong. It's not professional to do that. But like, look at her. I don't trust her story. I thought he got hit by a plow, she says. I mean, I don't think so. So she dropped him off at that house where there was an after party, right, with cops, correct?
Yeah.
And then supposedly she thinks the cops beat the shit out of him and the German Shepherd bit him. But can't they go in and tell the difference between a dog bite and a human bite?
Of course they can.
Well, then why didn't they?
You tell me.
There were bites on.
Maybe because the fix was in?
Yeah, but no, because both lawyers can do that. The defense lawyer can do it. Well, he can get a specialist. They found her taillight at the scene. Well, how did she break that? I mean, I guess she could have hit.
Easy. You break a piece off and you throw it on the scene. I mean,
oh my God, you're so funny. So she didn't realize it? So he had two black eyes, wearing his T-shirt, missing a shoe. I think she rammed him. I really do. I tell you, if I was her attorney, I'd tell her, please do not smirk in the courtroom. That doesn't make her a likable... And she didn't take the stand, John. She didn't take the stand, but yet she's giving an interview like Scott Peterson. I mean...
Well, how can she really contribute to her innocence
when
she says she just didn't do it?
But she did. She was on 2020 giving an interview.
Okay.
Her story seems rehearsed. Look, I don't know. Look, I want to just say, I don't know. But I get what you're saying. I understand. Her story seems rehearsed to me. She previously dated the guy. This was the second time. They never spoke of marriage. She didn't want it. Now, when she's talking about him, she doesn't say she loved him. She doesn't say she's so sorry this happened or have any emotion that the guy's dead. That's what's bothering me.
Well, how good was that relationship? Was it any good?
Well, she went back twice, and she's like they got in a fight. She was drunk. I think it just smells like she did something crazy and impulsive and just mowed him down. Matt Gutman asked her straight out, did you kill him? Did you maybe try not to kill him, but you kind of just ran him over? And she's like, oh yeah, with my 7,000-pound SUV. Like, yes, that's what we're asking you. I just think, people that don't take the stand, and I guess that's your right to do it, but she's obviously doesn't make a good witness. They didn't have OJ do it. She was talking about her clothes and how her sleeves had to be long. Like, look at the things she's talking about. I don't like that she gets to be interviewed without being cross-examined. That's a good way to talk to potential jurors and to get them, but it doesn't make me like her. I don't like her. She's not likable. And she was actually drunk driving, which a lot of people do. I get it. She said she was buzzed, so she's not honest there. I don't know. She's like, I never would harm a hair on his head. It's just strange phrasing, Like, I just think that I don't. It's kind of like, do you believe the prosecution story or do you believe the defense? You believe the German Shepherd went after the police officer? He goes in the house, the dog. John, you have a German Shepherd. I had him growing up. They don't just bite people. Yep. And supposedly this guy was a good guy. He took care of his niece and nephew. He looks like a nice man. Now, looking at her, she doesn't look like a good person. I mean, you can use their demeanor as evidence. And if I was I'm going to be on a jury. Maybe. I'm going for jury duty next month. We'll see if they pick me the way I talk. I don't know. But, huh?
I'm glad I don't.
Would you want me on the jury, John?
I'm glad I don't have the court case.
I know. Think about that. If you were ever in court and you had to rely with
my life on a balance with you.
Well, not me. I'm just saying anybody with this polarized society.
Yeah.
I just don't trust what she's feeding me. You know.
Oh, right now in this society, everybody gets off. Don't worry about it.
Well, no, not really. I think they're going to find her guilty. I really do. The second time they did with the Menendez brothers in Florida. Don't go in the hospital because I'll tell you, the wrong organ was removed. I'd be pretty pissed off, but the guy's dead. You can't be pissed off. So they were supposed to remove his spleen. Do you know I have an extra spleen, John? I have another spleen.
I didn't know that.
They could have took mine. They removed his liver and said he died. I'll tell you, write it down. When you're going in for surgery, write down this knee, not that knee. Write it down. Especially
double check that all the time now.
Yeah, especially if you're in Florida. I didn't know Fox News didn't air the Adam Kinzinger speech. He was on Jimmy Kimmel. And I would get pissed off if I was a Fox News person. Like, at least let me make my own decisions. Show me everything. I watched everything at the RNC. You make your own decisions. They call themselves a news organization. Like, you can edit. I get it. You want to frame a certain opinion. You want people to think a certain way. But you're chopping off a whole, speech. I don't think that's something that happens in North Korea. Not cool. Dick Cheney. The Cheneys finally came out. And they're going to support. This is crazy. Dick Cheney, are you kidding me or what? He's so right wing. Not that bad. Like I'm thinking like old right wing. Saying that Trump is a threat to our republic. It's unbelievable. He said he's trying to steal the last election after the voters had rejected him. That's a good way to put it. J.D. Vance says force grandma to take care of your kids. What grandparents don't have anything to do? I mean, get a new haircut, JD. I don't really like this guy. And Adam Kinzinger was saying that Trump smells like armpits, ketchup, and makeup and ass. How does he know what an ass smells like? He said he called it a pungent odor. I never heard that before, that he smelled. I would think that Trump wouldn't smell like the way he's a germaphobe, and I would think he was like clean. So John McCain's son, Jim McCain, came out after that Arlington fiasco, and I can't believe how many Republicans. He was independent, and he switched to Democrat to vote for Kamala. This is crazy. Trump is saying the government's going to pay for IVF treatments or insurance companies. He's talking about Kamala being socialist. What do you think that is? The government paying? And I don't know how he's going to do that, but whatever. Trump is demanding proof that Kamala Harris worked at McDonald's. Listen, I couldn't prove anything when I was 16 years old. I couldn't prove I worked at Dairy Mart. How are you going to prove that? Why even go after this kind of stuff? Who? Really? This doesn't work. I mean, it's like, was Obama born in the United States? That's the way he started. That's the playbook he has. So Trump admitted that he lost the 2020 election. Did you know that? For the first time on a podcast. And he said, I lost by a whisker on Lex Fridman's show. By a whisker? Wasn't it like 8 million votes or something? How many votes?
Yeah, I don't remember.
81 million for Biden, 74 million for Trump. A whisker. So I think what Trump supporters were saying is they couldn't believe, and I get this, that more people voted for Biden than Obama, which I get it. So this is him being honest. I was told if I got 63 million, which is what I got the first time, you would win. You can't not win. And I got millions more votes than that and lost by a whisker. I mean, I think that he's being honest right there. Trump said kids are going to school and coming home. Many of these childs. Really? Many of these childs? He doesn't know the plural of child. Children. A different gender. Really? You're going to school and you're coming home in a different gender. Does it happen in 3 days? That's what he said, 3 days later. Do you mean the school has the tools to operate on kids? He's hysterical. I got an extra vagina in here. Guys, give me that penis, nurse. Unbelievable. So they were asking him about childcare and what specific legislation he would pass to help people with childcare because it's such a big problem. Thank God I don't have to deal with this. He said, childcare is childcare. It's funny. You have to have it. He's brilliant. He has no plan. He called Josh Shapiro, who I like. He was on The View. He's pretty dynamic. An overrated Jewish governor. Why does he have to say Jewish? I don't understand. On Reddit, a woman backs out of a girls' trip night by the night before, when her friend says, I'm bringing my 3 kids. Can you imagine going on vacation and the night before the woman says, I'm bringing my 3 kids? I'm sorry, I'd back out too. This woman was a childless cat lady, like me. I mean, one of her kids was autistic. I tell you, no, that's not a vacation for me. So the Taliban, I didn't know this, in Afghanistan, don't you love how he jumped the one subject to the next in 2 seconds, have forbidden women from talking in public. This is the Taliban, the same Taliban that Trump invited to Camp David right before September 11th. Yeah, great women's rights. According to a study, your body gets much older at ages 44 and 60, which I'm approaching next year. Holy Moses. In your 40s, changes in lipids and alcohol. Well, I don't really care. I don't drink. Metabolism. Yeah, I can get that. That people, I know because I see it in my friends, that you're out of your mind and fall asleep. At 60, your kidney function. That doesn't matter. I always peed a million times a day. Carbohydrate, metabolism, and immune regulation decline. Also, skin, muscle, heart disease. You know what? I'm not going to read this stuff. This is terrible. Most people, their average health span, the amount of time spent in good health, is 11 to 15 years shorter than their lifespan. So you're telling me, like, I'm going to suffer for 15 extra years? That's terrible. According to a senior author, PhD Michael Snyder, author of the study and director of the Center for Genomics and Personalized Medicine at Stanford. We just hang on, deteriorating till the end? Okay, I got to talk about this for a second. Helen Fisher, researcher at Kinsey Institute. I've heard of her before. Going through adversity can intensify romantic attraction. Yeah, let's fight some more. Separation causes anxiety. Getting back together, you get elevated dopamine levels. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So they studied straight and gay brains. They're indistinguishable. Fisher likens falling in love to having an addiction. I can really relate to that. A love addiction, good if it goes both ways, not toxic. Symptoms, cravings. Yeah, if you're not with somebody you really like, you get withdrawal. Like a drug addict. That's awful. Being in love can prevent people from... Yeah, this is happening. From focusing on other things. No wonder I lost last month. A study in 2020. What are you doing? Already? Oh my God, John, you're hysterical. The journal, you're like, shut up, it's going too long. Passionate love equals decreased efficiency, bad performance. I always do better when I'm not in love with someone. I remember being on the air and my girlfriend would call me and I'd be like, I wasn't good. I couldn't focus. People who are in love spend 85% of their waking time thinking about their partner or the person they're in love with, according to a study published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology. Okay, I'll go ahead, start the music. I'm done. Thank you, guys. I'm starting to get a lot of emails. TRIXXI'Podcast@gmail. Like me, subscribe to me. It's free. Thank you for your support. Go watch some football. Why does it end so quick? I had so much more.